Just went back down to Lowe's and got some 1/4 inch plywood, not OSB plywood, and some 1x3 furring strips. Two purposes. Actually, I'm going to start, well, right now I'm going to make a cage for a utility trailer, like a stake body bed 4 feet high. And I haven't used this utility trailer since 1996. Partly is to get ready for going up to Tennessee. Got some floor and porch paint here, just some light gray. And you know, a bunch of coats of paint on this wood should be alright. I got the trailer hitch on here already. It's a class 3 receiver, but and the wiring's there, but I haven't checked that wiring since 1996. So, or 96. So I don't know if it works or not. I'm going to take a look at that trailer. Here's a utility trailer, and I'm not sure if the tires on it, one of the tires might not be good, but I got a spare, and I gotta try to get this ready in the next couple of days. The other thing is too, this was cracked. I have to glue that on there. Maybe change some bulbs, fix the wire, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to fix this thing that fast. But this did have marine grade 3/4 inch plywood on it, and still pretty strong, actually, to tell you the truth. I mean, I'm not 100% sure about it. It's a little weak right here. But probably some leftover 1/4 inch. I'll just throw it on the middle. Some paint, screw it down. Instead of changing that out for now. And it'll be strong enough, right? So, first step is to paint that wood up. And as that's drying, start fixing the wiring. Well, I painted up one side, and also the furring strips in the back here. They're sitting up on a trailer. One side, and the three sides of them already did in the ends. And I'm gonna hook the battery charger to the sucker. See what kind of lights I got. Maybe one thing to tell. Well, maybe I should check the freaking car first. This thing I don't think would be too hard to do, because you know, I can flip it on its side and see where the freaking wires are, and I don't think there's really much wrong with it, but the car might be a pain in the ass. This is gonna have to be a project for later on, because I'm gonna have to get some steel. I'm probably gonna order it online, and I don't trust wood. I mean, I could put 2x4s, but wood is pretty heavy for, you know, whatever you're putting on it. This is, I could put some steel brackets on here, in here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then put them across the top with, you know, and bolt some steel gussets. But what I'm going to do is get some heavy angle iron and bolt it through these holes here, and with fender washers, and make something for the bracket. And this I'm going to keep the 1/4 inch plywood, because it's not that heavy. But what I'm going to wind up doing with it is putting truck bed lining on the whole damn thing, because I found out truck bed lining on wood, stuff will last a long time. This thing would never make it down. Well, right, not. I know I can brace this up real quick. I was just kind of throwing it together to try to see what I can do. But I got all the lights working on this thing. This light was a pain in the ass. It had a burned out bulb, and I says, okay, well, it didn't work. The socket's bad. So I got 2 new sockets. That socket was bad too, but it was the socket and it was bad, plus the wiring. So now I got the trailer hitch wiring working. I put new ends on there. Well, that's working. This side marker's working. Everything's working, man. Because you know what? When you pull a trailer, first they bust you for bullshit, you know what I mean? That's one thing you gotta watch for. Making sure your lights are good. They'll screw with you, man. And I found sometimes the trailer hitch, even though you got that white ground wire, you want to, the trailer hitch, you want to put some, you want to make sure you have real good contact on that thing. Got some grease, but if you, I wire brushed all the rust off the trailer hitch ball, and that's another ground. It's an additional ground. So thing is tough to start if it's about 95 degrees out, and drive it around and let it sit about a half hour. I don't know, 20 minutes, 40 minutes or something like that. It's a bitch to start. I got to use that stuff most of the time. That's just how it is. Probably because the gas bubbles up or something. And you know, the Chevys, the old Mopars had a space, had a windage tray, and you know, I guess you could do something like that. You could put a torquer manifold on there or some bullshit, but I ain't doing that. That's what I need, that stuff. It starts up fine cold, it starts up fine warm, but if it's just like 30 minutes, 40 minutes, forget it, man. Unless if it's a really, really hot day, it sucks. Got to keep that shit with me too. That's why, you know, getting all this crap figured out before I start driving around here. Before I start messing around with this some more, I'm going to have to replace this wood down here. I'm going to put new 3/4 inch marine grade plywood. That's been on there over 20 years. And if I would have put truck bed lining on it instead of just painting it, actually this one's still freaking solid. It's only soft right there in that one spot. That's a testimony how long this stuff lasts. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it white elastomer roofing paint on it first. Then we'll do the truck bed lining later. What I was thinking is some real heavy L steel brackets that get bolted into the floor and come up into here. 1, 2, 3, 4. See how solid it is. And if that's not solid enough, I'll get some angle iron to bolt into the frame, and I'll have welded to it some 1 inch square tubing with gussets on it that I could bolt to that too. And then I think it would be really strong, but you know, you don't want to, you got this, we'll see what happens. I just can't rush on this crap. I was trying to get something done for using it Tuesday. I said, screw that, I can't do it. Physically impossible. I was up till like 12:30 after midnight freaking screwing around with this wiring, but all the lights on this thing work, which is amazing. I can't believe it. They had to be, you know, things had to be cleaned up, but it worked. Everything works. Some of the wires had to be reattached, but some of the bulb had to be replaced, but everything was there. Still works. And probably those tires are still good because I had them up off the ground. But I might change them out. But when I'm looking at this, you know, they tell you with those bowed structures, those what do you call those, arch cabins, to use 1x3s. I don't like that. I'm going to go with 1x4s, and I got enough time to bend them because I want to prep them all pre-bent and have them in here or something like that to be hauled up there. I'm going to go with 1x4s. I really don't like 1x3s. It's pretty chintzy, man. So if you got 2 1x4s and a spacer and some gussets in it, that should be just as strong as anything else out there. So we'll see. Right now, it's just kind of a mock-up. That's all it is. What I was doing, I was putting the roofing nails in here, and I used my C-clamp. They stuck through a little bit. I used a C-clamp to bend them over. So, but I'm going to probably reinforce this with steel, even if it uses up a couple 100 pounds, because I want this damn thing to be able to roll down the road at highway speed. It takes some freaking doing.